I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit more about kind of your business and marketing end of things. And I know you've got a lot of sponsor commitments and things like that. And you and I talked 3 years ago when you were with Dale Coyne, and then you went to Brian Reinbold and took sponsors with you. So how much of your work do you do getting your own sponsors?
Well, I try and look for sponsorship, but I'm not very successful compared to some people. You know, it's my biggest thing. Back when I started in Formula One, I launched Justin Wilson PLC through my manager and myself. We set that company up and sold shares in it.
I remember we talked about that. And I thought that was just kind of a joke, like you got family members to kick in $500, but that was a real thing.
That was a real deal. We got 900 investors. We raised over $2 million.
Cool.
So that was pretty cool. But since then, I think I have good rapport with all the sponsors I've driven for in the past and currently. But Z-Line Designs, the sponsor that went from Dale Coyne to Brian Reinbold, they've been sponsoring racing for a while, and they made the move to Brian Reinbold, and they asked me what I thought of the team, and I said, yeah, it's somewhere I can go. So they asked if I would go with them.
So you went with them rather than they went with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's currently a team sponsor, so it's just the way it's worked out, and I've really enjoyed driving for Z-Line Designs. It's a great company, great owners, and it's fun to be part of it.
Now, do the drivers have to go get their own sponsors? I mean, I talked to guys like Dan Clark and the Indy Lights level. They have to, he's on the phone. And
yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate to be in the position I'm in, but even like I said, I'm looking for sponsorship. I know every other driver out there is also working hard trying to find sponsorship. It's just something you have to do. My brother is in Indy Lights right now, and he knows he's got to work hard. It doesn't really matter what happens on track. He's got to work hard behind the scenes to find the budget and the sponsorship to help him, hopefully, in the not too distant future, step up to IndyCar. Yeah. And without it, the chance of it happening is very slim.
How much of that is things like, or how much of that do things like social media help, where you say, I've got this many followers on Twitter, I've got this clout score, and does that figure into it?
Well, that definitely helps. It's a little bit of a chicken and egg, because you don't get as many followers until you make it to IndyCar. So you don't get to IndyCar unless you've got the backing, and it's the whole system. But social media is helping. It seems to be, for example, I use Twitter. It seems to be a good way of communicating with the fans, and it's almost like text messaging the closest 10,000 friends. So it works well. I think it's great, and everybody, I think, in IndyCar uses that form of media to it's almost taking over.
Now, do you sometimes forget, because I know a lot of the drivers talk to each other, and I know you guys follow each other and not many other people, which I've written about you guys shouldn't do, but it seems like sometimes the drivers forget that there are more than 100 people that are going to see this.
Yeah. No, you read some of the comments and you think, well, yeah, there's a lot of people going to see that, and one thing we started to see recently is people using those quotes, in their articles, whether it's online or in print. So I think that's taken a few people by surprise. They didn't expect that to happen, but it's just how it is. Once you put it out there in the public domain, it's going to get used.
Well, and there was a little spat between your teammate Thomas Schechter and Graham Rahal.
I saw that, yeah.
And I was asking Thomas, he said, no, I knew people were seeing that. I knew that was going to be out there, but I kind of wondered.
In some ways, we're using it also to kind of show who we are. A lot of people think that we're just, the modern day boring driver, cutty cutter, and we all say please and thank you, and we're all the same. And Twitter is one of the forms of media that allows you to kind of express yourself and show who you really are. So I'm sure Thomas was quite happy that people got to see that, and you get a little bit of a feel for who he is. And sometimes he doesn't mind being a little bit on the edge, and it's fun to read.
Oh yeah, it makes for interesting driving. So
yeah.
Now I know in the taxi cab circuit, they've got the big rivalries, and drivers don't like each other. Do you have a driver like that? I know you guys all get along and you're all friends, but do you have a driver that you really want to beat this year?
I think there's 32 of them. Once we put the helmet on, we want to be first. It doesn't matter how big a friend you are off the track, and you want to get out there and do your best, and you're going to race hard and try and beat them. So there's no quarter to give them. Saying that, there's people that you're aware of, and you don't want to. You think, okay, I don't want to hang around here too long. I don't want to race this guy. Either let him go and crash, or I need to get ahead and leave him behind. So it's just how it is in racing. Some people you can't rely on.